Hello there, and welcome to day number 74 on the Road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. I'm still sick, so we're going to try our best. We're playing the French defense here, so I'll go with I believe, Tarash, which is knight d2. I play this because at one point I tried to learn the lines for a classical game, and now I don't remember them at all. But I'm just going to play normal moves here, and that should work out. So something like knight f3 after the center is contested. I could probably play c3 here as well because it makes a lot of sense. We'll have future for the knight on b3, maybe even queen b3, trying to trade the queens early on if we don't like our position too much. And maybe now's a good time to play queen b3 because we're attacking this pawn. If ever it's intercepted, well, we can just trade the queens, and I don't mind that for me. So let's go for this. They're trying to add pressure towards the middle, but I can trade queens and then take back, and that should be fine. And yeah, there's a world where takes here. I don't love that. Okay, but doesn't this let me take a pawn? Because I think it does. So let's take. I don't see this being too bad. I could also play bishop b5 at some point, pinning the knight to the king. That would let me castle, and we don't want an open king, so castling is good, generally speaking. Okay, so not a bad idea. The problem is that I can go here, or queen here. I guess there's bishop there, but then bishop here. So let's do this. Let's go queen a4 check. After bishop to d7, my plan is to play bishop b5. And then, the bishop will have to make a decision. If they take, queen takes, probably knight back. Or the king moves out of the way, which is good, because removing casting rights early in the game is good. But as I was saying, I'm a little sick still. I definitely feel a lot better today than I did yesterday, even though my voice might be worse. It's weird how that works. Allergies, sicknesses, cold, COVID, whatever it might be. It's confusing how the symptoms sometimes show up in weird orders. But all I know is I'm feeling, we removed casting rights already. Okay. Was not expecting that. No complaints. No complaints from me. I'm thinking of probably playing knight b3 and trading off the knights now that we're clearly up a pawn. I could also take this pawn first. That allows the bishop to develop. They might be trying to play bishop d7, which is not scary. I'll take the pawn first, even though it lets the bishop develop. Although I guess, do I really want to take this pawn? Maybe instead I can do something different. Let's think about this. I feel like I'm better here, but I gotta figure out why and how. Um, we'll offer the trade of knights. You know what? We'll offer the trade of knights because they have to do something about this. They can't just let this happen. And if knight takes, queen takes, wins me back the pawn, so they don't win the pawn back, and I'm still up a pawn fresh. Which is good. Which is good. So let's see. Okay, well, that's a free queen, I believe. I don't see how that is not a free queen. I mean, a free knight. What am I saying? So we'll take. Duh. I think they just missed that this knight move protects the a5 square. And okay. Sometimes easy does it. 1783 now, and maybe, you know what? Fast game. Let's get another game in. Let's do it right now. Because one is not enough. And yeah. E4 to start. We're playing with the white pieces this time around. I mean, we played with the white pieces last time around too. The Sicilian, I'm gonna play the open just because I don't, count on knowing theory too much. And we're just gonna play in a way that opens up the center and lets me kind of do whatever I want. Bishop b5 seems very natural here. It incites bishop d7, after which, what do I do? I don't know. Maybe that's just too easy of a cop-out. So maybe instead I'll play bishop c4, allowing knight here, which is not a problem because then I just check on b5. So let's play bishop c4. We get ready to castle. Maybe I can play knight c3, but might as well play bishop c4. Just targeting this f7 square long term. Okay. I can just take pawn takes and bishop f4 maybe. Let me think about this one. Um, I don't have to take. You know what? I'm just gonna develop a knight. We'll go knight c3 here, calmly. And he's preparing b5, probably. I don't love this. Knight takes, pawn takes, queen here. Well, it doesn't do anything, because this is already protected. I can just castle, I can play a bishop move. If I play bishop here right now, well, I guess I have knight takes first, so it looks like I hang a fork, but I don't actually. Although, I do. Knight takes, queen takes. Then this is bad. So, you know what? Maybe we'll just trade the knights. Just cause one less problem, as they say in that song by who? One less problem. Do 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 do. I don't know whose song that is. Good song though. I feel like it's Ariana Grande. Yeah, this is the type of commentary you guys wanted on this channel. So let's see what takes back after pawn takes down the middle. Okay, we're just gonna simply slide the bishop back onto b3. I feel like. So let's do that. And they've got a semi-open B and C file. Control of the center, I guess, is good for them, but I'm just going to try to apply pressure onto the center of the board so it becomes really hard to push these pawns. And see what we can do here. Queen here is a nice move to consider. I guess now they have knight here, which they didn't have before, so I should have played it faster. Or they did have it before also. But I digress. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I don't see any tactics just yet. Can I put my knight on a good square, is the question. Well, first off, let me just develop my bishop. Bishop f4 just looks like a move that does no harm and can do some good. Maybe they're trying to play bishop f6, but in that case, they just play bishop g7. So we'll go bishop f4 here. If I'm talking really fast, I just listened to this like rap TV show, and that might be why. Queen d4 is my first thought, just kind of targeting this rook. The knight can't move, but then it's not really, like, even if it's pinned, it's just defended too much. There's no real threat against it. Maybe I can play bishop e5, actually. This move I really like. Bishop e5 I really like, because the long-term pressure on this knight is huge. And there's no pin. Now, I'm already noticing there's ideas of going queen h6 at some point. So let's see if we can make that happen. I'm going to bring a rook up. Or we can bring a queen out. Let's bring the queen onto f3 and try to bring it onto h3 later on. I think that could be nice. Am I missing any opportunities? This feels like a position where it's hard to accomplish too much. But we're going to go rook ad1 and get some long-term pressure there. Slide the bishop back. They can easily trade the bishops, though. That's a little annoying. I do want to keep this bishop on the board. We'll go bishop d4. And they can go bishop here to trade the bishops. Which would probably have to happen. If I really want to keep it on the board, I probably could, but I feel like now this bishop's on a good square. So yeah, we do what we can. Okay, queen trade offered. Is there a better square for my queen? I don't see any targets. Queen takes knight here. We might be heading towards a draw. This bishop hasn't even moved out of the way yet. Let's keep the queens on the board. I just don't know where I'd want to move my queen. That's the one little dilemma. There might be tactics long-term of bishop takes after pawn takes here. This bishop slides onto b7, so let's try to make that happen maybe with queen h3, sorry. They don't have a dark squared bishop, so f2 is still relatively safe even though queen's looking at it. My rooks are already connected. The natural moves to develop the bishop. Okay, never mind. Here, it's a little annoying. We can offer... Oof. Yeah, I don't like this. It's okay. Let's go knight a4. After knight takes, queen takes. Knight b6 might be coming in, but then rook here pins the knight to the queen. Maybe a4, a5. I don't know. Should I take with the pawn? Open up an attack on this rook. Should I take with the queen? I feel like I should take with the queen, because I don't want the a pawn to be dangerous long term. Let's do this. Also, I don't want to hang b2. It's a valid concern. Although the knight is guarding it right now. Probably gonna try to play c3 at some point. If rook here right away, I guess we play queen a3. Because this doesn't look that good. Okay. So he's trying to incite knight b6, but I can play this move. And he might have missed that after knight b6, rook b8, knight takes on d7, attacks the queen. So we'll play this. It's a fork. Rook here doesn't scare me that much. Maybe I miscalculated. I played it pretty fast. But we're down to 4 minutes and a half on the clock. So we have to play things fast sometimes. Okay. Now, I mean, we take a rook. It's not that complicated. Now we're up in exchange. What? Okay. I mean, hey. Alright. Did he mouse slip? Keep the knight on the board. I'm confused. Take a pawn, he takes, we go back. This is where I start to play badly, just because I'm confused why stuff happened, and then I'm scared. I just get scared irrationally. Okay, they resigned. Did they mouse slip? I don't know. All I know is 2 quick wins, and we're back at 1792. Hey, we don't care if we're sick in this house. It's okay. We bounce back. Let's take a look at the analysis for both these games. I'll start with the first one, and we'll go to this one right after. So we started this game with e4, e6, d4, d5, and knight d2 here. This is how I respond to the French defense with the Tarrasch. I think here I played I didn't play this right. Oh wait, no, I did. I played knight gf3, some mainline stuff, and then after queen b6, which is already an inaccuracy, apparently taking on d5 is the best move. I decided to just play c3 here, and knight c6 and queen b3 is already bad for white. So yeah, I kind of warned everybody. I warned you all that I didn't really know much theory. This is a line I played one time in one classical game that I studied the day of, and I just thought, okay, whenever I play the French, I'll play this. Eventually, I will learn it. Yeah, so here, apparently queen takes is already good for black, but luckily for me, my opponent didn't want to take my queen and wanted to leave the queens on the board, so I take the pawn here, and this is just a big mistake because of queen a4 check. Wow, it's +4. I didn't realize it was +4 already. Queen a4 check, when the king moves, apparently I'm supposed to play b4. Oh, and I see why now. The reason why this is so good is that after the king moves, you have to realize that this knight is actually trapped. It has no squares. It cannot go to c6 because of the pawn. It cannot go on to c4 because of both the queen and the bishop. Obviously cannot go on to b3. So playing b4, pawn takes, simply wins the knight. Although I guess b4, if pawn takes, c takes b4, I'm wondering, do you not have knight c4 now? And this is me asking myself a question. Oh wait, no, I forgot about this bishop. Ignore me. I am clearly not well. But yeah, knight b3, I should have played a b4. Although my own, sorry, after knight a5, I should have played b4. I decided to play knight b3 instead, and my opponent didn't take, and that's a fatal mistake already because it's just a free piece. And they resigned, so not much to see here, although I am curious what the reason behind e takes d5 being so good here is. After e takes d5, the engine says to play c4 and immediately contest the center. And so you might get a solid pawn here. I would probably play bishop e6 with black. It's good to see that that's the first move. And then probably take, or no, apparently it's not even taking. It's bishop d3. Weird. So apparently white's already better here, but I don't really see how. And bishop d3 looks counterintuitive to me, because don't you just hang this pawn? Let's say you take. Apparently this is already very, very good for white. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, this is something I'll have to study further. But yeah, very quick game this time around. And for that reason, we played a second game, which we'll take a look at now. So in this one, I played with white pieces again. We played e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, and d4. This is the open Sicilian, which you've all gotten used to by now, hopefully, on this channel. And if not, well, we'll learn a little bit more with time. After c takes d4, knight takes, they played d6. So this is all theory. Bishop c4 is a step away from theory. Apparently the main move is c4 right away, or knight c3. Knight c3 is probably intuitive. c4, I don't know if that's as intuitive. Because c4, what's the idea here? They're not playing d5 anytime soon. They're probably not playing b5. So I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But bishop c4, they play e6. I play knight c3. They go a6, preparing b5, I presume. We take, and we put the bishop onto... Oh, I didn't put the bishop right away onto f4, but I thought I was doing it. Instead, I castled. And they played d5 here, and it's a little too premature to play d5. They haven't developed any pieces, actually, at this time. Just as a general idea, you know, if you're playing a game of chess and you have no pieces out in your opening, it's probably bad to push for a pawn break, just generally speaking. And for that reason, white's already much better here, but white's only better after knight takes d5. Very interesting. And the idea is that after e takes d5, bishop takes d5, you're threatening the rook. Let's say you try to move the rook out of the way. Well, now bishop takes f7 simply wins a queen. If you try to keep the queen on the board, rook e1 check comes in, and goodbye queen. So not necessarily the easiest line to spot. Here I played bishop b3, keeping my bishop on the board. Apparently black is better. So goes to show that I don't know what I'm talking about. And they play g6 here. G6 is a big mistake because of queen d4. Like I saw, and I'm annoyed that I saw this one move too late. This attacks the rook, and there's nothing that can defend it. Although I guess you can play knight f6, so let's put this line on the board. Queen d4, knight f6, bishop g5, probably something like bishop g7. But then you probably have... Oh, maybe this is not that. Maybe this is holdable. I don't know. I don't believe it. Bishop g5. Okay, perhaps I'm wrong. Bishop g5, bishop e7. The engine really likes this knight takes d5 idea. I gotta learn that. That seems to be pretty common. Here I played rook e1. They played bishop e7. And I found queen d4 late here. Here I found queen d4 late. Because they played knight f6. And now bishop e5 loses all my advantage. Apparently the move is bishop h6, preventing castling. That is pretty instructive, because, you know, when you see the move, it makes a lot of sense, but it's hard to think about the move. And the reason this is not great is because after castles, black is totally fine. And we get a normal game of chess after I should have had an advantage several moves in the opening. And the knight steps back on d7. We keep the bishop on d4. Trade of bishops is offered. Trade of queens is offered. We declined the trade of queens. I accepted the trade of bishops because I didn't really see my bishop going to any other good square. Apparently, I could have played something like 92 or rook 81 in order to have the trade happen on my own terms. But I didn't think of that, so too bad. Here, queen h3 to keep the queens on the board. They play knight c5 to attack my bishop. I try to keep everything on the board with knight a4. The idea is attacking the bishop, so I foresaw this, and I wanted to play queen takes on b3. The problem with this move is that it allows knight takes on a4, followed by bishop takes on a4, and then queen takes on b2. So I just didn't think of that. I was so set on them taking my bishop. And to be fair, my opponent was also set on taking my bishop, and this just leads to an equal game once again. And here, after bishop d7, knight b6, looks like it might blunder, like a rook b8, but it doesn't because of knight takes, attacking the queen as well. So, important step to consider. Here, my opponent decided to go queen back onto d8, and unfortunately they missed that the rook was hanging. They were probably so centered around the idea of knight takes bishop that they calculated all this and decided to bring the queen back, and they just forgot that the rook was also attacked by my knight. Here, you're supposed to just play something like, I don't know, rook a7 that defends the bishop and defends the rook at the same time. And yeah, probably here was a mouse slip as well. Like they probably meant to take on a8. It happens, part of the game. Keep the knight on the board, and another quick win. So it feels good to get a couple wins, especially after playing not so great chess recently. And today, I know that for the rest of my day, I'll be studying. Which I'm excited to do. Yesterday I took a day off, rested, and today's the day where I actually start studying chess, tactics, openings, going over master games, that sort of thing. I'm super excited for it. Hopefully, you start to notice a little improvement in the journey on the road to 2000. If you have any advice for studying chess, if you're a stronger player watching this, please do let me know. And yeah, I'm excited. 1792, we're back almost at that 1800 mark, and hopefully it's up, 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 up from here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please do like and subscribe. Helps out a lot. Help a sick boy out. And I'll see you next time around. Take care. Have a good one. Goodbye.